Oh my God, Steve. So, well, I mean,
Dude, this is like trying to find Bigfoot. I've been tracking Bigfoot for we've been doing this for a year and a half, and I finally got Bigfoot.
Are you referring to me as Bigfoot?
Hi, Mom. Leslie Charles, ladies and gentlemen. God. Leslie Charleson, ladies and gentlemen. We found her. She was really close to the studio, so I was searching in all the wrong places, but she's here.
You got to look at all the equestrian centers. That's
I know,
right?
we do, actually. Oh, man. Leslie Charleson.
Hello. Now go to your room.
I'm in my room. You're in my room.
Oh my gosh! I wish I knew how to tell them to do that. This is great. This is a good lesson. This is good for our interactions. I can learn from your TV mom how to discipline you.
Oh yeah, she's disciplined me before. That's for sure. So
yes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So
you're not chewing any gum, I notice.
No gum.
Was that a thing for him?
Oh, yes.
Okay, just tell a story real quick, and then we'll get into your life.
It used to be when you were on set that he would come up and he chewed gum. What? And that is, to me, and I think quite a few people, a real big no-no.
Absolutely.
So
don't start taking your side.
Thank you, Brad.
Wait, hold on, Les. When did this gum thing start with you? Like, when did it really start to annoy you?
The minute you walked on stage.
No, I mean, but was there, in the theater or earlier in life, was no gum rule?
Yeah. I mean, well, first of all, I can't chew gum. I mean,
So you're jealous?
I have to, I kill gum and it gives me a headache.
Okay.
I chew it until it's just, it's dead.
Okay.
Well, if you're talking and listening,
it just was that something annoyed her, and she was like, "Get that gum out of your mouth."
Besides, I don't think it's proper theater.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So he got to where he would take it out of his mouth and put it behind his ear.
That is not even true.
Yes, it is.
That is not
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's so funny. That's like that Leave It to Beaver kind of stuff.
It was so fun though, man. Coming into this family, coming on the show to the Quartermaines, it was amazing.
Yeah, you lucked out.
I was getting a lot of life lessons right away. No gum, learn your lines, show up on time, shut up, and be nice to everybody. Let's go.
Well, he learned it well.
See?
Yeah, he did. Well, that's the cool thing is what the viewer saw is the strapping young man being a part of this noble family, but what they didn't see was probably a lot of other life lessons being taught to a young man, right?
Oh, there was a lot of life lessons, man.
It was a tough room.
It was a tough room. But I couldn't have asked for a better I'm always saying on the road and on the podcast, I couldn't have asked for a better way to come into daytime than with Stuart and Leslie, man.
Yeah,
they became kind of like my parents, right away. Monica, Leslie, and I always had, because I was thinking Monica, Jason. We always just for some reason had this connection immediately.
Yeah,
it was just we just had it, and it was just turned into something amazing. But we're not here to talk about our connection.
Well, eventually maybe so. Hey-o, it's another story.
That's behind the scenes. No, we're here to talk about you.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I know.
And your rich history of just life and lessons and acting.
You've been in everybody's life for a consistent amount of time, and so people feel familiar with you. And the thing that we found people like to know is to figure out how you got to where you are and to really learn things about you that they might not hear in a soundbite or in a. So we like to start at the beginning, if that's okay. Where are you from?
Gosh, I'm from here. I've been here so long. I started out in New York. I've lived in Connecticut, moved into New York. I did when I got my first job. It was live soap.
Did you always know as a kid that you wanted to act?
Kind of.
Really?
Kind of.
How?
I did plays in school, in grammar school, and I thought this is kind of fun.
And that was in Connecticut?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was at a girls' school.
Okay.
And we teamed up with the boys' school.
Oh yeah, that's hot.
Yeah, that was the highlight of my time at girls' school.
Of course, yes, of course.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Yes, because I hated all the girls. So it was.
Sure. Girls are tough, man.
So I was getting into every play I could over there.
And were those mostly musicals at that time? Or
no.
What?
No. These were we did a lot of like The Man Who Came to Dinner.
Oh, wow.
Kaufman plays.
Yeah.
And that was fun.
Sure.
And then I moved into New York. My parents, who were kind of strict about this, they gave me 3 months to get a job in my chosen profession.
That's tough. 3 months.
3 months.
especially as an actor. Like,
Yeah.
get a job.
And I was coming out of college, and I had,
Did you study acting in college?
I went theater arts in
Yeah.
a junior college
Okay.
because it was near New York.
Yeah.
It was outside of Poughkeepsie.
Oh yeah.
It's no longer, as many of the junior colleges have
Sure.
gone
Yeah,
by the boards. So I came in, got 3 other roommates that they were basically there just to make their wedding arrangements.
Or to find a groom
and
or
work
to...
at Time Life and do what you're supposed to do and then get married.
Yeah.
It wasn't in the cards for me, so I finally kind of lied my way into. I said that I was a relative of the head of ABC or CBS. I can't really remember which it was.
Right, sure.
But he did live in Darien, so I thought, why not? And Joe Hardy was a producer. He has been a producer on General Hospital.
Oh, okay.
And he gave me a job, my first job, and it was live television.
And it was in New York City.
Yes.
It was a half-hour soap.
Half-hour soap.
And what was it called?
A Time for Us.
A Time for Us.
It was called, when Jane Elliott was on it, she was on it before me, it was called A Flame in the Wind.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
So she flickered.
She flickered out, and now it's a Time for Us.
Now it's a Time for Us.
That's amazing.
And it lasted 6 months after I joined.
Wow.
And
But that's for your first job to last 6 months, because you were thinking maybe theater. You were thinking.
oh, I was thinking theater.
Right.
I was thinking theater, but I got this job right at Christmas, which was the 3-month cutoff.
Oh, that was the cutoff.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
So thank God, because I had no other skills. I really did not. Typing has never been my strong suit.
Typing's terrible. Yeah.
Especially now.
And in summer stock, I tried ushering, and they got rid of me real quick on that.
They're like,
I have no sense of direction.
they're like, just do us a favor and just get up on stage.
Yeah, please, you're killing us here.
Poor people ending up in the parking lot
Yeah.
looking for their seats.
I thought we
Yes.
were here to see the play. Where am I?
Wow.
That was about it too.
That's amazing.
Getting your first job, was that like? I mean, were you out of your mind excited, or like what? How?
I was, but at that time, you had to join the union,
Sure.
and I needed to work in order to get the money to join the union.
Sure.
Right. Of course.
So it was one of those. I couldn't do the second show until I
Catch-22.
came
Yeah.
up with. I think then it was $500 or something like that.
Jeez, that's a lot of money, dude.
It was a lot of money with you
Wait
didn't
a
have
second.
any.
So the show didn't say that wow, like in order to come to work the second day, you had to have that taken care of.
Or you couldn't come to work.
Right.
You had to
Wow.
join. It was no ifs, ands, or buts.
Right.
So did you hit up mom and dad?
Yeah.
That's
Oh
awesome.
yeah.
Well, thank God for
I
that.
wasn't going to hit. I mean,
Yeah.
who else? I
Jane
didn't-
Elliott. No, I'm
Right,
kidding.
yeah, right.
No. She'd moved on.
Yeah, that's awesome. So so what was that? I mean, when you came to GH, we'll go back to this. Did you guys were you here when it was live at all?
Not on GH.
Okay, so doing live TV,
Yeah.
was it? I mean, how did you adapt pretty quickly? Was it 3 cameras?
Yeah.
It was 3 cameras,
And there wasn't adapting because that's all there was.
right.
Okay. So
So
that wasn't
so you had
abnormal.
theater, and then you're like, "Hey, you're on TV."
That organ played, and
Oh, it's
it was
amazing.
electric.
So the organ really played.
You could hear it on the floor,
That's amazing.
and you had a stage. And the thing was that you weren't going to have now anymore.
Right.
It just was electric. I mean,
Yeah.
from the crew to
It's
everybody.
a live performance. That's
Everyone-
feeling
everyone
when you
was
get
on.
live.
Never had
Yeah.
TV.
It's live, and you have to roll with the punches. I know that one of the first shows I did, I had to open the door to my husband, and the doorknob came off in my hand. And I stood facing the door thinking,
I have to get through the door.
I know that this is happening, so quite a few other people also know. Oh, I had one story that I have
Did
to.
you get through the door?
No, they sent him around to the other side. We had a back door.
Oh, that's awesome. All right.
One of the actors said to me right before the very first show I did, he said, "Listen, kid, don't think about the 3 million people that are watching this show. And for God's sakes, don't worry about your hands." Well, that's all I could think of.
Sure, thanks, buddy.
I didn't know what these two appendages were for.
Yeah.
Right.
All of a sudden, and 3 million people.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It was trial by fire.
Yeah. So
That's
did,
awesome.
His name was Roy Poole, and this actor could literally doze off, take a nap, up until the 10-second
Unbelievable.
mark.
man.
That's a different time, man. Those guys
It's
were
a whole
studs,
different
right?
time. Yeah.
What was
They're
the
like-
what was the rehearsal? What were the rehearsals like?
Fast and furious.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You finished the show, and you went right into the rehearsal hall for the next day.
Okay, so all right, so would you would rehearse the night before and the morning of, shoot, and then start rehearsing again?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
It was just, that was the loop. And at that point, you came in with your hair and rollers and a cab, and
Yeah.
you'd,
You're ready to rock.
yep,
That's amazing.
yep.
So
It would actually serve a lot of people good if we did that now.
you have to be prepared. That's
You know what I mean, though?
Right, there's
But it's like it would
accountability.
bring, but like you said, it would bring this energy and like, hey, we're in this together.
Which, I mean, you can't get more theater
no.
No,
than this.
No.
It's you are there.
Yeah.
If at one scene, the actor came on and he said my line.
Right.
So
Right.
I had to switch it around, say his
Yeah.
backwards.
Right. Yeah.
So you're really,
Your mind's working.
your mind's working a mile a
yeah.
second.
Yeah, I love that. That's
Yep.
amazing. That would be awesome. Not every day, but it sure would be fun.
Well, but once you got into the practice of it, that's what you would just, we're adaptable. At least we like to think we are, right?
Yeah.
Wow. So six months of that,
And then,
the show ended or your run ended?
no, the show ended.
Oh, okay.
It went off the air. I think at that time, it was so-called Dark Shadows.
Dark Shadows.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
That was
That was the one, right? Was
That-
that, the
that-
was that like the was people
That was the
loved-
one.
Yeah,
they remembered. And then I did a lot of commercials.
And this is all still in New York, yeah?
This is all in New York. I'm living in New York.
yeah.
And then I got Love is a Many Splendid Thing,
Okay.
which also live.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was Tom Donovan, who really was producing and directing and doing right. He did everything.
Yeah.
And I thought he was the sun and the moon and the stars. And it was, again, it was the same kind of,
Half hour live?
yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
and start the rehearsal. I do remember you talked about you don't want to do it all the time. I did 47 shows in a row. And on the 48th day, I got up, got dressed, and then I took a shower. I was that tired.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's
I had gone.
Wow.
crazy. Yeah. It could do it to you, man.
Because it was 5 days a week, and you
Yeah.
would just
Yeah, I mean, Saturday, Sunday, you barely have any time to like even recover,
Not enough
right?
time.
Not enough time. Yeah,
Not
just
enough
mentally, physically, everything to do it again. It's crazy. Wow. So how long did you do that show for?
That was 2.5 years.
Oh, that's a good run.
Yeah.
Where were you living while in New York?
I lived in gosh, about 8 apartments all over
yeah.
New York at that time.
Right.
35th Street, 105th Street. I can't remember all.
I mean, like
Because I wasn't in them very often.
That's true. Right. Right. I mean, was there any time for fun and like?
Oh, trust me. Trust me. Leslie made time for some fun. Okay?
We rented a house on Fire Island. Actually, Donna Mills and I did because we played sisters on the show
Living on Fire Island?
for those 2 days.
That's a commute.
Yeah,
So Donna Mills went on. Obviously, a lot of people know who she is.
Yeah.
Was it? What was the Knott's Landing or
not.
was it
I was going to say Knott's Berry.
Knott's Berry Farm?
She
It was it Knott's Landing
She's
or was
still
it
Knott's Landing.
Yeah, it was
she
okay.
still does the Halloween show down there.
Yeah,
Not
she does.
Scary Farm.
Donna Mills. So she was on the show with you, and you guys
Yeah.
found time to live life.
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit. Until
right.
one of the weekends, I just crashed and couldn't
Yeah, that was it. You
do
know.
anything.
Yeah.
So they had to work around me on Monday. I came in on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, but you were taking cabs to Fire Island, yeah? Or
No, you take the train.
you take the train. Okay, I was
Yeah.
because that's
then you take a ferry.
right. That's a big
Jeez.
commute.
It was worth it
It was
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, no, I'm just
to
thinking.
get out of the city.
Dude, you live 7 hours away from here. What are you talking
but
about?
I'm just thinking about.
Right.
I'm thinking about in New York.
Yeah, every day too.
Every
that's a
day,
grind.
I lived in
Yeah.
Jersey City for a bit, and that actually wasn't so bad. I'm just thinking of like in the kind of work schedule that you're talking about. If you're having a late night, were your because it was live, was your schedule? Did it vary at all in terms of?
Yeah, what time did you
were
guys go live?
Were you getting there in the morning like the same time and leaving the same time?
Pretty much.
Okay, yeah.
So what
'Cause,
was what was the morning like? And then you guys went live at noon or 1?
Yeah, I think it was
Somewhere in there? Daytime.
two.
2, yeah. And then
2:30.
And then after you went down and rehearsed for
Then we rehearsed for an hour or so, did a table read, then
Yeah.
kind of a blocking like what we would do in the
yeah,
dining room kind of thing. With
sure.
one of the things was, everything was fake, so
Yeah.
we're doing this. One actor literally on air just just made the gesture.
That's
Forgot
amazing.
he was supposed to use a real phone.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That is
We had a
funny.
couple of those. One of them, the best one, was Judson Lair was playing my dad, and I had remembered him a long time ago from I Remember Mama,
Yeah.
which was Peggy Wood, and he was a wonderful man. And my character at that time was blind and pregnant,
Okay.
and Michael Glazer was my doctor, and he had to tell Judson that my illness now was going to be fatal, and
No.
I was in the control room when Michael had to deliver the news to Judson, and as the camera is going in tight on Judson, and a tear is coming down his cheek.
Beautiful.
And he says, Michael has already said, and she's going to die, and Judson says, "You mean to tell me that my daughter's not only losing her sight, but she's also going blind?" Silence in the control room.
Yes, and
Silence. John Conboy was the producer, and all you could hear, he turned around. What did he say?
That's funny.
That's 6 months of storyline down the tube.
Yeah, right there. That was the culmination of the big story.
Yeah.
She's going to die. What do you mean?
What do you? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
so fun. I'm
So-
sure you have a million stories like that.
There are.
There are.
But so that was 2.5 years, and did the show end, or was?
No, I
Oh,
left
you
it.
died.
No. You don't do that on a soap.
Oh, right, sure, of course, right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or if you do,
you couldn't see
you
your
die
way
for a very short
yeah.
time.
Sure.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You should know that.
5 years.
Yeah.
yeah.
5 years. That's awesome.
So your time there was over. Was
Yeah.
that a shock, or was that?
No, I wanted. I said,
Okay.
Time to go.
time to go.
Ta-ta.
And I was replaced by B.B. Besh, which I have always had greatest admiration for anybody that steps into anybody else's part.
Oh, of course.
It's the toughest
It
to
is.
do.
Yeah. I'm glad you say that because it's, we say it a lot, but we're just, young punks or some semi-young punks. But somebody who's been here, how long you been here at GH?
42.
42 years. You've seen a lot of recasts and you've had to work with it. So it is the toughest thing to come in and take someone else's role once they've established it.
And there's nothing harder.
Yeah.
Nothing harder.
Yeah.
In fact, when I started on GH, I was replacing an actress.
Yes, I remember that.
And it was not. I was not welcomed with open arms. Let me
Really?
put it.
Yeah.
And the whole first day, it was the day that Elvis Presley died.
No.
Yes,
Are you serious?
August 16th.
Really?
Wow.
There's the king right next to you.
Yes, yes,
Wow.
Oh, man.
yeah. And being a fan, his serial number when he was in the Army was US 533-10761.
Man,
Whoop,
oh, man.
whoop.
Wow. Yeah.
I was a mess.
Oh gosh.
And I was coming here, and Tom Donovan had talked me into it. I didn't think I was going to do another soap out here.
So you went. So when did you go from New York to L.A.?
after Splendor Thing.
Okay, so you came out here, and
Yeah.
then
And you were just like, I'm done with New York. I need to be in LA if I'm going to do this.
Well, Donna had left
Okay.
to come out here, and she
gotcha.
she talked me into coming.
Sure,
So we
okay.
shared a house out here.
Was it in San Diego? No, I'm just talking about commute times. That's all. Sorry, it didn't.
That was a
No.
bad joke.
It was, I'll edit that
Yeah.
joke out.
No, you don't have to. No, don't edit your stupidity out. People want to hear this. They think you're very smart on the show. they want to hear the truth.
Donna's like, I got this great house in San Diego.
It's in,
super close to LA.
It's in South America.
Sorry.
Okay, so
No.
Tom Donovan, is that who it is?
Yeah.
Okay, so he said, hey, come
He
check
said,
out this
come
hospital
on in,
show.
Make the character your own. And I went, well, I don't know what a Monica is. I mean, I
Sure, yeah.
haven't a clue. I'd never watched the show.
Right.
And I thought, well, Tom can get me through this. And then he quit.
Thanks, Tom.
And it was a real thanks, Tom.
Yeah, my only friend here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because Patsy had been, I guess, fired rather rudely.
And was she here for a while?
I don't know exactly how
Yeah,
long.
doesn't matter.
doesn't.
You're Monica, so
Yeah.
sorry, Patsy. Bye-bye. So you came in,
And there was a strike going on.
Elvis dies, and a strike.
And a strike.
And Tom Donovan flies the coop.
Yep.
And there's poor Leslie,
Yep.
trying to survive.
Wow.
This little lady just kicking some ass. That's what I know that, though.
And then was John Berardino.
Love Johnny, man.
My first day, I had to be a doctor, and he had asked me how things were going, and I had to say, well, there was good work all the way around. It was a serious posterior myocardial infarction. The problem was we couldn't put him in Coumadin. He's on sedation now. I just checked in on him. He's holding his own.
What? Wait a minute.
After 42 years, I could say it, but day one, I couldn't get through infarction.
That's first of all, it's amazing that you even just spit that. Can we not let that go by?
Dude,
She's been working on that for 42 years.
Dude, I'm going to isolate that, put some
Almost.
music behind it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be amazing.
Dude, put some 50 soap opera music behind it.
Oh,
It's amazing.
Wow.
John was awesome, man.
He was.
He was so. I mean, what was it like? Because that was like, you guys were the pioneers, man. It was amazing.
He loved what he does. He was
That's Dr. Hardy for everybody.
for everybody
course,
else.
Everybody
Yeah.
out there. So, did you get thrown right in with Stewart?
No, I was.
Did they have Alan Quartermaine
No,
at that
they
time?
didn't.
They didn't.
I went in and auditioned
Yes.
with the Alan Quartermaines.
Oh, so you
Oh,
gave
you
Stewart his
read them.
break.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you
Yes.
auditioned with the
You
Alan
tested them
Quartermaine.
all or whatever they called
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I did. I did.
Did you say, that guy? I want that guy.
At the end, I did. Because
Yeah.
they had another guy that I don't remember his name, but he was on a game show, and he just kept winking at me.
That's awesome.
Voluntarily or involuntarily?
No, I think I was maybe a little of both.
Oh,
I'm not
yeah,
quite
sure.
sure.
He was used to it.
But, I mean, it was...
Oh, it was Richard Dawson?
No.
No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Winking at you, kissing you all over the place. Hey,
Kissing
buddy,
you.
this is just an audition. Back up.
No. It wasn't too hard to pick
okay.
Prince Charming.
At that point, had he already been Prince Charming?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he
Yes.
had. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was recently had moved his family from England,
Yeah. His wife was English.
and they were living at the Magic Hotel, and
At the Hollywood Hotel?
yeah, next to the castle.
Yeah.
And I used to pick him up then, and I still have a '72 Cougar convertible.
Wow.
Yeah, baby.
And he used to. I mean, it used to. Here's a blonde picking me up, taking me to work.
Yeah.
He had all of his stuff in a garbage bag at that point.
Yeah.
Because they were living in the motel, and
That's amazing.
yeah, that was the beginning.
That was the beginning of a long and amazing
Journey.
family journey.
And how many years after you were here did he come in?
Oh, not that long.
Right
Yeah.
after, pretty soon.
Not that long. I
So,
don't-
so David was David Lewis the original? No, there was. Wait,
no, I think David was.
he was.
The original Edward?
Yeah, I thought there might have been one before David. No,
No.
is there one in between somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh, there was one in between David and John Ingle.
John Ingle.
Yes. Okay. So David was here, and was Anna Lee here too?
They came in.
Okay, so they're building this family.
And this is when Doug Marlin was writing, and he built
the Quartermaines.
Got it. Based on what, like, the little foxes is what it was supposed to be.
Got it. Okay.
Then Jane came in as Tracy, and we began to round out the wealthy, dysfunctional family.
Awesome.
So before that, was it just all in the hospital before they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you mean General Hospital was about the hospital?
Well, but I mean, like,
good heavens.
Well, I don't know. I had kind of, not knowing the history as well as I should have, I just kind of assumed that, the Quartermaines were maybe from the beginning. I didn't know, but it makes sense that, it starts as a hospital show, and then they're like, oh, we need to build this town, we need to build this world.
So the main families were the Hardys, right?
The Hardys
were the main family. And that was Rachel Ames, and there was John. And then was there another family there yet, or was it just kind of that was the beginning?
Well, you had, I don't know, Emily McLaughlin. She was here. They had nurse.
Okay.
I don't know if she had a family there.
Got it. Fans are yelling at us, by the way, right now. The podcast. It was this and this and
I
this
know,
and this and this
I
and
know.
this and this.
I know. They know so much more than we do.
And they know way more than we do.
I need
God bless
to
them.
bring a Bible.
Totally.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I need cheat notes here.
Anyway, you built the Quartermaines.
We built the Quartermaines.
There you go.
And after that, it was kind of anybody that came on this show started off at the Quartermaines.
I see.
Yeah.
And if they didn't, they became related
out.
somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys were the nucleus for
and
sure.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, the storylines with Monica and Rick and Alan.
Yeah. Rick Weber.
Rick Weber.
Yeah.
Wick Weber.
That's
Quack,
right.
quack, quack, quack.
Say that 10 times real fast.
Oh my gosh! Well, because I mean that name has just been in so many scripts over the years.
Rick Weber. Could say that 5 times. Go, Bradford.
Yeah. Rick Weber.
You can't do it.
Right. And so didn't you kill him or somebody?
No, Alan tried to kill us both.
Oh, okay, sure.
About 3 times and unsuccessfully.
Prince Charming, the murderer.
He did, and there was we had a location one that he tried to blow up the cottage that we were having a tryst in, and he blew his foot up instead. And then he tried to blow up the attic, have that come down on it, and it came down on him.
Oh my gosh.
That's amazing. Oh, so fun. So fun.
It was great fun.
Yeah.
You guys were doing a lot of locations at that time?
A lot of locations at that time. And there, I mean, at one point, one of the prop guys said, he was looking at the script for the next, he said, I don't remember that we had a character named Alan Stocks. And that's what he was doing for quite a while.
Oh, Alan Stocks.
Alan Stocks.
That's amazing.
Yes, because Monica was in love with Rick Weber.
Right.
Yeah.
And up until the point she gave birth and hoped it was Rick's baby.
Oh, I see. Sure.
Yeah, you guys had a tumultuous, you and Alan were
Yes.
like War of the Roses, basically, right?
Really.
Always battling, always fighting, but then kind of finding
getting
that back together and then apart and back together. Oh, man. It's so fun. It brings back so many great memories, for me at least.
And so that was around 1980, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So
Okay.
Well, because I'm thinking of that time that you're talking about going into 1981 when you guys were the #1 show in the world, or
Pretty much, yeah.
And so because when you came on the show wasn't necessarily in good health, right? In terms of ratings and whatnot. Is that accurate? I read that somewhere. I did a little bit of research. And so but 4 years later it was on top of the world.
It was in, as far as soaps go, it wasn't, we still supported nighttime.
Sure.
Because we didn't have the DVR thing,
Sure.
And kids were still skipping school or, bringing their little TVs to classrooms. And we were supporting because we did a show a day.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we were still okay.
Yeah.
Probably,
right.
not like what happened after
OJ.
everything. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But then, of course, the Luke and Laura, and that just took off.
So what was that
Yeah,
like?
what was that like?
What was that ride like?
And
after
also,
that?
this was a different. I mean, this was the first show you did that wasn't live. So was that a transition for you, or was it just like, oh, thank God?
Well, I think then we were doing it kind of like live. You know, if you didn't fall down and the set didn't fall down and you didn't start speaking in tongues,
Right.
we kind of went through the show.
Kind of like now.
Yeah.
So did you go through the show? That's a good point. Did you go through the show? Now we shoot all the sets together. Did you go through the show like
In order?
in order, or did you still shoot set by set?
I think we did set by set.
Okay. Still.
I
Set
really
by set.
yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have that many.
Yeah, that's
Right, okay.
And we
had
would,
the hospital and the Quartermaine den.
and the Quartermaine Den and
A restaurant of sorts?
yes, the floating rib.
Yeah.
Oh, so the floating rib was prior?
Yes, the floating rib was.
Oh, they brought it back.
They brought it back.
That's interesting.
And Kelly's.
Got it. And Kelly's, yeah, with Norma.
Yep.
Yeah, Ruby.
Ruby.
Yeah, with Norma. Yeah. Wow, man.
Yep.
It's a blast from the past.
So did you sense when you guys? I mean, I'm not sure. Did the day-to-day feel any different when you guys were as popular as you were, or was it just outside?
Yeah,
like,
they partied like rock stars, dude. What do you expect?
It was crazy.
Yeah.
We went to campuses where they'd all greet us in scrubs and you know.
That's amazing. So did you guys do that type of stuff, like appearances back then, where it was just like thousands of people show up and you're like, yeah, I'm a Quartermaine.
And ABC would be like, hey, you're going here this weekend, or would you just do it in your private time? Or
no, there were people like there are now.
Yeah.
That were putting that all
Putting
together.
those on,
The
yeah.
network didn't.
The network never did.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
No.
Interesting.
But you just had invites all the time to do fun things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was fun time. It
Right.
was crazy. It
I'm
was just crazy.
Yeah.
What a great thing to be a part of, though, huh?
So yes, it was.
I mean, that's just like one of the biggest things in daytime history was kind of the 80s on General Hospital. That was it. I mean, that's like just the golden time. And, it was,
and we thought it was never going to end.
Sure.
I mean, this is wonderful. I can do this.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
We'll just stay right here. Thank you very much.
Well, so did the work always remain something that was exciting to come to work? Or like, and if it didn't, what else did you bring into your life? Because I know you have so many great hobbies. But to be on a show for, obviously we're skipping ahead here, to be on a show for doing the same role, doing the same job for as long as you have, like, I'm curious, in that time when it was kind of the height of television, like, was the work creatively still fun, or like what was the work versus the life like?
Well, it was a whole different schedule.
Yeah.
When Gloria took over and at the height of, I mean, we didn't really start shooting the show until about 3 p.m. I literally, and thank you, General Hospital, I could have a horse.
Right.
Yeah.
And I could leave. I would go over to the stable, ride around the Griffith Park golf cart course,
Yeah.
and come back, have lunch,
And then start.
And Jane and I went to the movies one day, then came back and did the show. It was a very slow day because there was a morning rehearsal, then a blocking rehearsal, then lunch, and then
That's when you start taping, right? Was that right after lunch?
well,
Maybe.
maybe.
Okay.
No, and then the dress rehearsal, and then lots of notes.
Oh, there you go.
Lots of notes.
Yeah.
And then sit around. And if we were at the end of the day, it would be maybe
Hours.
6 o'clock before.
Yeah.
But you had to be here for the morning rehearsal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
oh,
it was
yeah,
they
you
were
had to
long
be there.
days. But you could
They were long days.
But you could break it up and go to the movies and ride a horse.
And at that time, too, I mean, when you got good stuff to do, you could sit around and rehearse.
And it was
And really kind of do what you're supposed to do. Like,
Yes.
right.
Right.
instead of, are you on today? Oh,
Right.
well, I'm not working with you. Bye.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
So,
And you move so fast now, you don't have time to do anything. really.
Nothing.
No
But-
time for rehearsal.
I mean, did it feel like a company back then?
yes.
Yeah.
Because you did have the time to be a company.
Yeah.
To work sit around. And we did wander into other people's houses and other people's lives. And as I said, we had, at that time with I think Doug was still writing then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Right.
So
Good stuff to do. And that's the whole essence of it. If you've got good material,
Yeah.
yeah, of
we're
course.
happy as clams.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Sure.
It's much tougher to shine.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So what was it like though with obviously you had Luke and Lauren, the whole wedding and how big GH was, but like with Rick Springfield, what was it like for him? Because he was here, and then obviously he was a musician anyway. So Rick Springfield fans know that the guy is truly a rock star and amazing and super talented.
Yep.
A lot of people might see him as, oh, he was on a soap and there was a one-hit wonder. You know what I mean?
Right.
That could be the perception, but obviously, if you know the guy and you know his music, he's amazing. So, what was that like? Like, because Jesse's Girl was 83, somewhere in there, I think, and that was when he was here, and that was kind of during the whole heyday of right after Luke and Laura, things were on the. I mean, was it
Madness?
Yeah, was it mad? Because it's so many things happening to one show.
Yeah.
So
It wasn't when he was here. I mean, he's a very good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he took it quite seriously.
Yeah.
And very quiet.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have known what he did, you know.
Outside of the
He
halls.
came in. He came in, and he
Did his job.
did his job here.
Yeah.
And were you guys in this building at that point? Where were you?
No. Were you here?
When he was here, one time he was.
Yeah,
we
you
were in this building?
You moved from Sunset Gower, right?
Yeah.
You guys were at Gower
And then Cahuenga.
for a small period of time.
Yeah.
And then you came here, and was that
Started here, left here,
Oh,
came
wow.
back here.
right?
Did this started in this building, or did they build this building later, or was it
No, in this building.
in this building? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
And then left this building and then came back.
Yeah.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah. Cahuenga was the worst because we had the dressing rooms, and then we had to go outside, walk over to the stage.
And burned to death.
Oh
Or rain.
Yeah,
Oh,
or rain.
That's
Yeah,
also.
I'd be worried just about sweating and my, all my makeup melting off my face.
Yeah. Rain.
Yeah, rain, hair and
Rain.
rain. There
Hair
you
and
go.
rain,
Yeah,
hair and
totally,
But
totally.
I mean, obviously, we don't have production assistants now that would follow us with umbrellas. That not in this day and age, but maybe they did back then. Did you guys have PAs that could carry an umbrella for you?
Well, I never saw one.
Because they were holding two over Stewart.
Well, I mean, we're on a set with Grey's Anatomy, and they don't walk anywhere. They get golf carted everywhere.
Yeah.
And so I thought maybe when you guys were like the #1 show on television, you could have got a freaking golf cart or something.
Yeah, well, you'd think.
It
You'd think,
Yeah.
but no.
Daytime is still daytime, I guess. Right?
it is.
Yeah.
So I always tell now look, this might be urban legend in my own head. You know how you tell yourself, like, you think something and
Yes.
you end up believing
I
it.
have so many.
Okay, great. So I always say that you have nearly or have been run over by Anna Lee in her chair. So how many close calls was there? Because I always tell people how first of all how amazing she was.
She was a pistol
Yeah.
and insisted on being independent.
Yeah.
I mean, when she came on the show, what she wanted to be was the oldest living female marathon runner. And she would come in her tracksuit, and then a series of unfortunate surgeries
Yeah.
left her in a wheelchair.
Wow.
And,
I didn't know that.
yep. And so when she was wheelchair bound, she had to drive it herself. I wasn't as injured as the scenery was.
Yeah,
The carpenters are like, no.
Yeah,
we,
there was-
we would all
Remember that-
stand as she would exit, and we could not look and watch it happen because it was hitting the door, backing up,
Boom.
hitting the door again.
In a scene where she would exit?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
no.
or
Oh,
just
yeah.
trying to get out because I remember Craig would go, "Okay, Anna Lee's coming."
Yeah.
Because her chair here was different than the one at home a little bit.
Yeah.
So she would just be a little jerky with the moves, and she'd come in and try to, sometimes the furniture's not spread apart enough for a
Yeah.
wheelchair, and
She'd
she'd come
move
in.
it.
She went right through it. I'm like, She's going for Leslie. Don't Leslie, get out of the way. It was amazing.
It was.
So
Stand
fun.
back.
Yeah, so fun. So are there any, because we could talk to you for 29 hours, but we're here at work today. So is there anything that, like, you look back and what sticks out in your mind? Like, like for me, one of the things obviously was coming into the Quartermaines. I look back with the fondest memories of all our time together, just as friends and family, and going through all those storylines. I thought they were amazing. But for you, what were things that just kind of stand out in your head, like throughout the years of being here, that were like, wow, those are my times I love the most?
Oh, I was going to go the other way.
Okay, well,
that's always fun.
We always talk about that too, but
which was just a time when Gloria came back, and she decided that the Quartermaines were old hat. They were passé. Nobody wanted to see this stupid, dysfunctional, rich family. It was about, what was Tony's name when he came back again? I can't.
Bill Eckert.
Bill Eckert. They were
Yes.
the Eckert family. It was about stirring spaghetti sauce and picketing things.
I wasn't sure about that whole thing.
And
Because I was here.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a nightmare for all of us, because she would spend all of her time with the Eckert family.
Yeah.
She just there, and it was Snoresville, really.
Yeah.
I mean, and
Did anybody like it? Did the viewers like it?
No.
No, everybody hated it.
We're going to find out.
Yeah.
no,
But I
but
love Snoresville. That's amazing. Let's not get past that one.
Nope.
Hashtag
But-
Snoresville, Eckert family.
Yeah.
but the painful thing was that she made it so uncomfortable for us Quartermaines, because
Right.
she would say things like, "Know your lines, get up, because we're shooting right away,"
Yeah,
and it would be now 7:00 at night.
Yeah.
And we were treated very badly.
Yeah.
And it was sad.
Of course.
But it hurt your feelings a little
Yes,
bit.
it did.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
did. And the cumumpus was that the storyline didn't pan out. The Eckert family ended up in the Quartermaine living room.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Squatting?
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, squatting, yeah.
practically.
No, because they're like, we need some
Practically.
ratings. Get in the Quartermaine living room so
Yeah.
we can have
Yeah.
some fun.
So,
I see. Sure. Yeah.
so that was a difficult time.
Of course.
Everybody was a little bit down and depressed. Cause
Yeah, it's funny because you go through all these stories, and there's always ups and downs, peaks and valleys on the show and all that. And people are like, it's just the job. It's your job. Do your job. But we do live our jobs, and it is sometimes, you could get your feelings hurt.
Yeah.
You can say, hey, man, we've been working our asses off, the Quartermaines, and you guys did an amazing job because the family was so just riveting to watch and such great dynamic.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of families that have that dynamic of the Quartermaines.
Yeah.
And there was value there, and then just to be kind of set aside a little bit, I can understand why your feelings were hurt.
It was tough, because we felt abandoned, really.
Of course.
Yeah.
And we hadn't done anything wrong.
Right.
So what were some highlights?
Well, as the storyline goes, it was the breast cancer storyline for me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, you were wonderful.
Well, no, that was amazing.
To be-
We talk about it on the road. It's one of the best storylines. I loved it.
Um,
And I don't know. I'm going to tell you this just real quick, because I wanted to do so well in the scenes that we had. Obviously we had a great connection anyway, but I wanted to do so well that I would record your lines on a tape recorder, and I would leave a space, and then my line, and then I remember being in my studio apartment, just going over and over and over it and over it. I mean, for days.
oh boy.
Just because I wanted, it was such an important story, and we had a chance to do something. So it was just, whatever. Interesting. Guess it wasn't that interesting.
No, it's very sweet. It's
That
very
is very
sweet.
sweet.
Snoresville.
Monday on CBS, get ready for a love story made in America with the new comedy Bob Hart's Abishola. From award-winning creator, executive producer, and writer Chuck Lorre, Bob Hart's Abishola is a love story about a businessman from Detroit who unexpectedly falls for his cardiac nurse. While recovering from a heart attack, Bob, played by Billy Gardell, wakes up to see an angel in the form of Abishola, his nurse, played by Faloke Alolafoyaku. Now Bob will try to win the heart of this no-nonsense Nigerian immigrant. But Abishola isn't looking for love. She's focused on her young son becoming a doctor. How will Bob win her over, and can they overcome their different backgrounds to fall in love? Who knows? But with Chuck Lorre and British-Nigerian comedian Gina Yashiri at the helm, you know it's going to be one funny ride. Don't miss the series premiere of Bob Hart's Abishola this Monday night at 8:30 Eastern and Pacific, 7:30 Central, right after the Neighborhood season premiere on CBS.
See, the thing is, we can't ever change that now.
Well, why would we?
Well, I don't know. You know how sometimes, you start getting a little success on a podcast, maybe, so you want to put in a little jingle to make it sound more professional.
Oh, sure.
But that's our mean tweet jingle from now on. I won't change it.
Oh, I guess we could have. Well, I mean, if we ever got an engineer or a producer, maybe they could do that.
Maybe they could just, yeah, right. Yeah.
If we ever brought in some professionals.
Oh gosh, I know, man. It's
but
crazy.
I like our Rinky Dink podcast, don't you?
I love it. Keep it the same, buddy.
So yesterday, I was at the airport coming down to do this work today, and I was sitting by the gate, and I was reading my script, and I was like, oh, this would be a nice thing for the gram.
Yeah, for the gram. Yeah, I saw you put Spinelli there.
Spinelli was at the top of the page, and I was about
good lighting, good filter.
It was dark outside. I could see the gate.
Yeah.
Plane hadn't quite arrived, and so took a
Like,
picture.
yeah, I'm living the life.
Threw it up on the gram, and just let people know that like tomorrow we're trying to get it done. We're gonna.
Yeah, the Jackal's here.
Well, and it's just gonna be hopefully a productive day.
Amazing.
And
day.
anyway, so Soaps in Depth.
So what happened?
Soaps in Depth was nice enough to notice that and say, oh, guess.
They
Bradford's coming
retweeted
back
you?
or they did their own tweet.
Oh, they did
about
their own
it.
post. That's
well,
nice.
Some things that happen on our show, sometimes when they have people return or they want it to be a bit of a surprise or something.
Right.
But I've been shooting, and I'm
pretty
not sure,
consistently,
yeah,
a couple
and
times a month, right?
Yeah, and I wasn't sure if I couldn't remember if anything I'd done had aired yet. So I just thought I was back. Like,
yeah, just make a generic post. Hey, I'm coming back.
Well, I'm going to work.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like, hey guys, I'm back. It's like,
yeah.
Go to work.
Yeah.
Like because I've been here.
Yeah.
But the way it's framed on Soaps and Depth's tweet is like he's returning, right? Which I get, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
But then it invites people to have responses. Right. So and also, they write, Soaps and Death write, at Buford Anderson teases another return to General Hospital, and we can't wait to see Spinelli again.
Yay!
So let it rain.
There we go.
Someone says,
there's a few?
oh yeah.
I guess it is mean tweets.
So remember, they say, we can't wait. So this person says, I can wait. Hard pass on the washed-up hitman's lackey. So you're in that one, too.
You bastard. Don't lump me in your freaking washed
You're
up.
the washed-up hitman. I'm just your lackey.
Oh, man.
So, I mean, it's...
Wait, that's about me, dude. This isn't about you, you bastard.
No, but I'm the lackey. I mean, like...
Yeah, the lackey's not a good word, but washed up's worse.
I know, but I mean, if you're going to be a lackey to someone that's washed up, that's even lower status. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely washed.
You are clean. I can attest.
You're definitely up.
Well, it's a good thing that you're clean because this next tweet...
It's not so clean.
He lost me when he turned his back on Drew. Another Jason crotch sniffer.
Wait a minute.
So, if you're going to be a crotch sniffer... It's nice to be smelling clean crotches.
Yeah. Washed crotches are a must
Washed
when you're a crotch sniffer.
Are a must.
Yes.
We had Manscaping as a sponsor a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
So our crotches.
Don't worry, there's plenty of Axe down there.
And then, so those are my two favorite.
Those are good.
Thank you guys for welcoming me back. Man, no, I assure you, I won't stay too long. I won't take up too much of your time.
No, you should, dude.
And
we need you back full time, man.
In the meantime, I'll try not to annoy you. I will say though, the stuff that we've been doing,
it's been fun, man.
It's been fun, and it's been infused with humor.
Yep.
But it's also been like action. It's actionable.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not. We're not just.
There's a point.
Yeah, we're not just there to be silly. We're there to get something done.
Yeah.
And the stuff that I'm doing today is fun because I get to have a little fun, but it's not wacky fun.
Yeah.
So I hope the people that end up watching do enjoy it. I'm certainly happy to be here.
Wow.
And
you should be happy, and we're happy to have you.
Oh, it's awesome.
And speaking of fun, we'll be in Cincinnati and Indianapolis this weekend.
Oh my gosh, that is this.
I know, dude. You told me because Friday you're like, "Hey, dude, it's next week." I
Well,
go,
So here's the thing, Steve's schedule is more variable because he might be working on a Friday, and I worked last Friday, but we didn't have to travel. But he's working this Friday, and so getting for these weekend trips.
Yeah.
Because our shows on Saturdays and Sundays are usually during the day.
Yeah, so it makes it more difficult.
So
for
we
us.
can't leave L.A. or Sacramento Saturday morning and get to Indianapolis for a 1:00 show.
Yeah, and usually there are no straight through, especially for you up in Sac. But now LAX is under construction.
Oh gosh.
So and they're redoing like the whole airport, and
Yeah.
at some point they're not going to even allow people to park. Like short-term parking.
It's
you're
going
to
be
shipped
off-site.
in. Yeah. And I'm like doing everything I can now to avoid LAX. So now I'm connecting, which is fine. Whatever.
Right, sure.
So, but it is sometimes a challenge to get there in time for those day shows because
Well, but also Steve has me badgering him saying, "Have you booked your flights yet? Have you booked your flights
Yeah, and I'm
yet?"
like, I haven't got my schedule yet.
Yeah.
They didn't tell me if I could get out in time yet.
Right.
I mean, so a lot of that's just kind of waiting upstairs like, hey, do you think I can maybe I can get out by lunch or no? And they're like, no. I'm like, oh, okay. I'll take a red eye.
Yeah.
But this worked out. Friday worked out great
good.
for us.
Good.
We're going to both land really late.
Yeah. So, so Indianapolis, Saturday the 21st, which is this Saturday. We're going to be in Indianapolis, and
so come on down. I think there's only a few tickets left in Indy right now.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, Cincy's a bigger venue, so there's probably 50 or 60 tickets left.
Great.
I think there's 380 seats there.
Great.
So yeah, get your ticket. We're ready to rock. We're gonna have a great time.
It's going to be so much fun. Like we haven't played Indianapolis. We've never played Cincinnati. So I guess we did play Cincinnati. We played Newport on our very first tour.
Yes,
So
very first.
That
was the interpretive dance tour.
It's quite different than what we do now.
Yeah.
For better or for worse.
You
I don't
think
know.
it is?
I don't know.
think it's really different.
Bring in some interpretive dance again. I think we
Let's
could use
not
some
do that
interpretive
ever
dancing.
again.
No, we're going to.
Never.
Some ography.
What?
Choreography.
Oh, some
Cool
ography.
kids just
so now you're
abbreviate
gramming the gram. You're gonna do some ography on the gram.
Dude,
tonight?
I got to retain this youth.
Yeah. What youth? You're
I know,
40.
I know. I'll be 40 on Saturday. Anybody that comes to Indianapolis
shoot.
can celebrate with me, Steve, and you can make fun of Steve for not getting me a gift. The gift is I'm going to Indianapolis.
Yeah. That's your gift, bitch. Now you ain't getting one. I might have had a plan to get you something nice. Wow, you're one of those people.
No, I'm not.
You're one of those people at your birthday.
No, I'm not.
Oh, since you didn't get me anything. No. Oh, warning, my birthday's coming up. Get me something.
No, it's not that. I'm gonna
get you something.
My whole goal is to find wine in Indianapolis. Like that's the one thing I want to do. Like so Saturday morning, I guess. I don't know. I guess Saturday night.
We'll find you wine. How hard is it to find wine?
Well, I mean,
it's a wine store.
Well, I know,
they
but
sell wine.
I grew up in New Hampshire where all the wine is at the state liquor store.
Yeah, we'll find you something nice. Just let me take care of things. You just relax, okay? Let me take care of this. Just relax, okay?
Oh boy,
you don't need to get up early and go on a mission to find alcohol. You freaking alcoholic! You don't need to do that, dude. I'm gonna get up early at 7. What, Bradford, we landed at 3. I gotta find some wine. It's my birthday. I gotta find some wine. Okay, buddy, calm down, dude. You're gonna be fine.
Well, I wasn't sure if maybe because sometimes during the show, like I'll have a beer on stage with me during the show for a little bit that I do, and I wasn't sure on my birthday if I should use some really good wine that felt like something maybe I could do.
No,
I
think it's beer.
Not.
You're in the Midwest, buddy.
That's true.
You gotta have a beer.
I wonder if Indianapolis has some good craft brews. That could be fun.
Oh, they do.
They do
for sure.
That's right. It's your homeland.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I got some family there.
Dude, they don't make Coors Light in Indiana, just so you know.
No, I know, but it's still good. It's still good.
Tastes good there.
Tastes good there. Tastes the same. Yeah, we're gonna have fun, dude. Get
awesome.
ready.
All right. Well, thank you
Bring
guys.
an extra liver.
Thank you to Lester for sitting down with us.
Yeah, she's amazing. Amazing. More to come with her for sure.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you guys for being a supporter. If you are on Facebook, we're having a great time with that exclusive content. Go check that out. And stonecoldandthejackal.com for
dates and everything else
coming
you could
up.
possibly imagine.
Yeah, buddy.
One-stop shop for cool things.
Washed up lackeys.
Hitmen and their lackeys.
That's right. Thanks,
Awesome.
guys. We love you guys.
Mwah.
Every car comes with its share of stories. That ding in your bumper when you nervously picked up a first date, the luxury package you got after a big promotion, or just the mileage you saved by riding your bike all summer. While you can't put a price tag on your stories, now with TrueCar, you can at least find out what your car's worth when it's time to sell it or trade it in.
Just go to TrueCar, simply enter your license plate number, and watch how your car's details pop up. Then answer a few questions. Navigation and moonroof? Watch as they bump up your value. High mileage? You already knew it was going to cost you, but now you know how much it dings your wallet so you can plan ahead. And once you're finished, you'll get a true cash offer sent in minutes, which you can take to a local certified dealer to cash out or trade in. So when you're ready to experience a better way to sell or trade in your car, check out TrueCar today. True cash offer not available in all areas. If you like our show, you're going to love The Hollywood Filter on Podcast One. Join Jessica Hall and Mel Lamprey as they peel back the filter and see what's really going on in Hollywood. From top LA beauty trends to events and celebrity goings-on, get a glimpse of the unfiltered Hollywood that you rarely see. You thought you knew LA, but do you? Download new episodes of The Hollywood Filter every week on Apple Podcasts and Podcast One.
At Verizon, anyone can trade in their old phone for a new one on us with Unlimited Ultimate, which means everyone in your family could get a new phone and stay on your family plan, keeping you close.
Hey, Mom, you seen my toothbrush?
Yeah, I'm almost done with it.
Oh, maybe too close. Trade in and additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.